त्यामध्ये एक ऍडिशन थिंग करूया. हे एक अनाचं असं राहू द्या. दुसरं थिंग काय करू, एक अनाचं असं फक्त लाईव्ह व्हिडिओ घेऊया. डेडिकेटेड
ठीक आहे ना.
तुम्ही दोन्ही पद्धतीने तुमच्या कशी रेखा असू द्या. सर ते फक्त 10%.
Hello. Please wait for 5 minutes. I'll be back. Yeah. Hello. I hope this is audible. Can someone respond? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sorry for the late. There are some things which are scheduled and meetings, etc. So kindly excuse me. I think we were discussing Linux-based embedded system, and in that I have discussed one component, one thing about Linux based embedded system, right? Let me check. I hope all of you have mentioned roll numbers in the chat box. Please do that. Recording is already started. Is the screen visible? Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we are discussing basics of Linux, basics of Linux-based embedded system. So we know what is Linux. Linux is a operating system, right? And I told you as a homework 3, you need to find the difference between Microsoft Windows operating system and this one, Linux operating system. Now, in last lecture, we started with this discussion on this page. It is open source. So I told you open source, it simply means that the source code of that system, source code of that operating system is available to user, and anyone can access the Linux source, then study it and modify it according to their specific needs. This is what open source means, right? So next one is a very strong and committed community maintaining and improving Linux regularly. So can you tell me what is meaning of this strong community maintaining this? So there are a lot of engineers who are working on this Linux since it is open source. It is easily available. It is open source, and you can modify it as per your need, right? So because of which lot of people are using this Linux, and they have formed a community, right? And that community forum, they post the queries and they get it solved immediately because too many people are working on the same thing. So if some engineer do not able to fix some of the bugs, so in that case, other member from the same community who is having expertise in that will immediately resolve the query, right? So they have formed the this one. They have formed a platform where they can have open discussion. They can share the problems. They can solve the problem. They can put a reviews, right? So this way, they have maintained a community. They have maintained and improving the Linux regularly. Then third point is it is very flexible and supports just above any hardware architecture that you can imagine. So let the laptop, it may be a Lenovo or it may be HP, it may be a Dell, Toshiba, it can be anything, right? But the support provided by this one is to every hardware, right? That is why it is said like it is flexible. So why it is flexible? You can install that Linux OS on any of the device, right? So it can be installed on any device. It supports any hardware architecture, right? So this is why it is said it is flexible. Then because it deployed in millions of devices, its code is constantly tested in many different scenarios. This means that usage legacy is always becoming more and more robust. What is meaning of that? So a lot of devices are running with this operating system, right? and the code is constantly tested. So every time people who are using this hardware with a Linux OS, they put a reviews, right? And based on that reviews, the code is being updated, code is being upgraded, and a new version of Linux is being installed. It's in the form of update, right? The next is it is supported by huge ecosystem and software that consists of both runtime software, that is graphics library, and networking stack or device driver, and development tools. It's like compilers, debuggers, profilers. So this is another advantage of having Linux operating system. And the next and very much important is it is royalty free. Royalty free means what? Royalty free means what? For usage of that operating system, I don't have to pay anybody. This means that no payment is due to anybody if a product using Linux manufactured and sold. So suppose I'm having some production unit of some hardware, let's say some tablet, and suppose I wanted to install on that device Linux OS on that device. So being a production company, I don't have to pay anything to anybody in on the basis of this operating system. But if I'm using, let's say, Lenovo laptop, and the manufacturer of this Lenovo, they will have to install some operating system in that. So if they install Linux into the laptop, and if they deliver this laptop to me, what would be the cost, end-to-end cost, which will include only hardware cost? But if they install Windows operating system into that laptop, and then if they deliver the laptop to me, the end-to-end cost will include cost of hardware plus operating system, right? They will have to pay for that operating system. Getting? That is why it is called as a royalty free. This is the difference between open source and royalty free. So I hope it is clear. Open source म्हणजे free असं म्हणायचं नाही. Open source doesn't mean that it's free. Open source means it is its source code is available and you can edit it. Royalty free means you don't have to pay anything to anybody for the usage of that operating system. This is royalty free. Okay, so this is the architecture of a Linux-based embedded system. So before we go to that, let me tell you a few more things about the Linux operating system, and its kind of history that you should know. Linux was actually announced on August 26 August 1991. So when the concept of Linux is introduced, it's 1991 by the person known as Linus Torvalds, who invented the concept of Linux. Linus Torvalds, right? And within few years, like it grows a huge user base and supporting community. Today, actually, different somebody. Okay. So today, actually, different kernel category exist, and to reflect different maturity levels of the code base. From an industry perspective, the long-term kernel is particularly relevant. So there are certain types of Linux kernels. So that should be understood. So from an industry perspective, which kernel is used? Long-term kernel is particularly relevant. Then these kernels code bases undergo bug fixes or for 2 to 5 years. So bug fixing is done for 2 to 5 years. After that, it can be used in industry applications. So this gives the industrial designer confidence, like that the code in device they are creating will be regularly maintained and fixed for a relatively long period of time, right? So this is what we can say here. So the operating system that they are using will be regularly maintained and it will be fixed for longer duration of time. So this helps in avoiding the problems created in while programming or while developing some applications. Is it clear? Now, there are some categories of kernels exist. Now let me tell you those category of kernels. So first category, there are 3 types of kernels. In that first type is pre-patch kernel. So I hope you make a note of this. This is an additional thing I'm telling you beyond syllabus. So there are 3 categories of kernels. In that first one is pre-patch kernel, or it is also called as a RC kernel, pre-patch kernel or RC kernel, which are actually a pre-release and maintained and released by Linus Torvald himself. So pre-patch is maintained by Linus Torvald. After that, mainline kernel is in existence, who is maintained and developed and maintained by Linus Torvald itself, but it is used where new features are being introduced. So in that we have introduced this if we want to have some new features, so Linus Torvalds have developed this pre-patch kernel into mainline kernel, and this mainline kernel is given to the users for usage, right? So and last one is long-term kernel, right? So long-term kernel, I told you, basically they are used for industrial applications. So they are older release subjected to long-term maintenance. Important bug fixes are applied to such kernels. So what are the types of kernels? This is my question. Can someone tell me? Can someone respond? First one is pre-patch kernel, second one is mainline kernel, and third one is long-term kernel. Correct.
Long-term.
So pre-patch is actually pre-release, means you can say original code of Linux. This is maintained by Linus Torvald itself. Then we have mainline kernel. Based on the application, the new features are added into this mainline and it is provided to the user. So mainline kernel is available to the users. And the third one is long-term. This long-term kernel is basically provided to the industry applications where long-term bug fixes are to be required. Long-term support is to be required. In that case, long-term kernels are applied. They are given to the industrial applications, right? So these are the types of Linux kernels. Now, some of the examples of Linux-based embedded system. Now, this I would give you chance to write the answer for this. What are different examples of Linux-based embedded system? One of that I will mention in the chat box. Fuel meter at petroleum pumps. This is one of the example of Linux-based embedded system. One more I can add: flight infotainment किंवा entertainment system. Flight entertainment system. Can someone tell me what is flight entertainment system? So maybe some of you have traveled, or some of you might have seen in the movies, etc. So in the flight, just behind the next seat, we can find some screen, right? So through which you can order the food, through which you can play the music, through which you can play the movies, right? A lot of applications, because in the flight you are not allowed with the mobiles, means your mobile phones need to be put on the flight mode, so you will not be able to receive the range. Because of that, there are some alternatives provided with inbuilt facility. So just behind the next seat, you will find such a screen on which which is basically a hardware, kind of tablet kind of a hardware, which will have the screen, and inside you will find some RAM, ROM, and processor and all that, right? And that system basically using a Linux based operating system. So here simply you select the menu, right? Simply you select the menu, then you can select the thing you want to get served. Like if you want to order food, you have to go in that kitchen menu, whatever available. Then if you want to select the music, you have to select appropriately. If you want to watch movie, you need to go in the movie catalog, right? So such things are there with the flight entertainment system. And if you have observed fuel meter at a petrol pump, you will find, so you take your vehicle to the petrol pump, in the queue you stand, and then when your number comes, what they ask is how much. So now the uh, unit has been changed, unit of petrol has been changed. Instead of 1 liter, now we are saying 100 rupees, right? So 100 रुपीजचा टाका म्हटलं की त्यांनी काय करतात, ते फीड द नंबर amount on the user dashboard, whatever available control, this matrix input, keyboard matrix is provided, so that they feed the thing, they enter the amount into that control unit, and now that has been programmed. So flow rate sensors, whatever interfaced with that meter, will automatically calculate the quantity of fuel to be passed through that flow sensor. And if you feed something like 100, it easily knows that how much, what is the rate, and it calculates internally. So 1 liter, 1 point something liter will be allowed to pass through that flow sensor, right? So this is what the operation of fuel meter at the petrol pump is. Now it's your turn, you write the examples. Most of the cafe shops does have this. Coffee shop and baker shop, etc. So you simply put the order, and it gets served. So how you can put the order, how you can give the order to the hotel management? So this is a kind of Linux based embedded system. Any other example that you want to suggest? Any other example you want to suggest? Set-top box, correct? Okay, set-top box is also having just a minute. Yes. हाँ सर. Right, so let's move ahead. Linux-based embedded system components. Now, what are different components are included in Linux-based embedded systems? So, of course, the hardware is a major part here. On the top of that hardware, this way the structure is there. But if you find this, if you compare this with embedded microcontroller-based embedded system, you will find a similar structure. But here I'm specific to the Linux. Linux means open source as well as what I can say royalty free, as well as what I can say flexible, huge community maintaining this, right? So a lot of advantages are there with the Linux. So Linux based embedded system components will involve the things which are mentioned on the this diagram. So I think you are not able to see the diagram, but let me tell you what things are there. First layer is application, then system program. This is visible, but next one is system call interface, very similar to the software structure that we have learned. Here it is process management. This is virtual file system, then memory management, then network management, device driver, then bootloader and device tree. So these are the things included in Linux based embedded system components. Now let me tell you one by one the role of everything. So bootloader is mentioned. I told you hardware is integral part, right? Hardware is anyway required, and on the top of that hardware, the operating system and all the softwares are installed. Right? So bootloader is the first thing. I told you software. हॅलो. हा जॉईन व्हायला लागली ती 1-2च मिनिटं सर. नाही तिला बहुतेक लिंक पोहोचली नव्हती. मी पाठवून ठेवलेली फक्त पोहोचली नाही बहुतेक. हो 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 लगेच लगेच लगेच. येस 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 सर. आहेत का इथं? दीपिका नामदास आहेत. दुसरे कोण होते वेबटेकला?
हाँ सर.
अजून कोण आहेत? स्नेहल दुचा.
हा सर, मी
स्नेहल?
अश्विनी आणि
ओके ओके, हा स्नेहल आणि अश्विनी. बघा, CSEचा C++ वाल्यांचा इंटरव्ह्यू शेड्यूल्ड आहे आता 10:30 वाजता. लिंक त्यांना शेअर केलेली
हा.
ऑलरेडी, पण वेळेत जॉईन झालेली नाहीत. HR ने 2 वेळा कॉल केला आणि त्यांना मी काय सांगतोय की मी लिंक पाठवली आहे, त्यांना कदाचित मिळाली नसेल, प्लीज कन्सिडर करा. एवढं बॅकएंडला बॅकएंडला एवढे आम्हाला त्यांची हांजी करावी लागते. सो यू शुड बी केअरफुल की आपल्याकडून चूक होता कामा नये. सो दिस 10 minute delay can be a reason for the rejection of Vaishnavi and that Mrunal Pakde. ज्यावेळी तुमचा टर्न येईल
Yes, sir.
ह्या चुका करू नका. लिंक आली की वेळेवर जॉईन व्हा.
नाही. हो सर.
हा. हॅलो, फॉरवर्ड नाही सर, पर्सनली कॉल करा त्यांना, जॉईन व्हा. येस. हा हा, 10:30 हा, तीच लिंक, पण तिला 11 वाजता जॉईन व्हायचं. मग ही आपला मेसेज यांना गेलता वैष्णवीला, मग का जॉईन हा नाही, पण जॉईन का नाहीये असं मला विचारायचं. कोणाकडून तुमचा नंबर नेलाय का त्यांनी? नाही, त्यांचा नंबर नेलाय का कंपनीने किंवा त्या HR ने? मग तेच म्हणतो मी. हा, कंपनीनं लिंक पाठवली तरच जॉईन करणार, तुम्ही पाठवलेल्या लिंकवर जॉईन होणार नाहीत, असं काय आहे का त्यांचं? ठीक आहे, बोला, जॉईन व्हायला सांगा. अवघड आहे. So bootloader, I told you this will initialize the hardware, and upon software when the software execute the power up to set up the hardware to run the operating system. These are the tasks that the bootloader perform. Then we have device tree. Device tree, role of device tree, can someone tell? If you know, otherwise let me tell you. A tree data structure which node that describe the physical device in the hardware needed by the Linux kernel, which is shown there itself. So whatever software structure that we have seen earlier and the Linux based embedded system which is shown here will have only this device tree additional, and the role of that is to describe the physical devices in hardware needed by Linux kernel. So this device tree is additional thing. If you consider Windows operating system and Linux operating system, this device tree is additional in Linux based operating system. Then Linux kernel. Earlier we have treated that as an operating system. Here we will call it as a Linux kernel, which have the same component as that of operating system. Okay, so Linux kernel, it will have device driver, memory management, the network management, process management, virtual file system, and system call interface. All those rules I have shared with you earlier in the basic component of embedded system. Let me show you this here. Operating system, device driver, then memory management, network management, process management, virtual file system, and system call interface. All those things are same here as well. But the additional thing is device tree, right? So this just provide the additional information required by Linux kernel. Now, whatever part that comes in a hardware is just now here mentioned, which will include embedded system hardware that consists of RAM. RAM is required to store the data. Then CPU, then IO, boot flash, and mass memory flash. Right. So all those things are listed here. RAM is a volatile memory for storage of data and code. Okay, data and code, everything is stored on RAM. Then CPU performs different processing, right? So all the algorithms, whatever we have written for that hardware, will be executed with by the use of CPU. Then IO peripherals, right? So this IO peripherals is required to get the input and produce the output. This is what input and output, the role of input and output devices is: provide the input and produce the output. Then boot flash, it's a kind of non-volatile memory needed at power up, right? So these two, okay, it's not part of this, so let it be. Mass memory flash, okay, large non-volatile memory. Role of embedded system in IoT. Now, in general, I'm asking this question: role of embedded system in IoT. What would be the role of embedded system? So, end-to-end Internet of Things, you might have understood now. If you consider any of the example of IoT, you might have understood the working of embedded system and its role in IoT. Now here we need to just list out the role of embedded system. Some of the rules I have listed there, but still I can add into that. So embedded system, it's is a part of let's say every modern electronic components. These are low power consumption units that are used to run the specific task. For example, like remote controls, washing machines, then microwave oven, then RFID tags, sensors, actuators, and thermostats. So these are used in various applications like networking hardware such as the switches, routers, modems, mobile phones, PDAs, etc. Right. So usually embedded devices are a part of a larger devices where they perform specific task of the device. For example, embedded system are used as networked thermostat in heating or ventilation and air conditioning systems. In case of home automation, embedded systems are used as wired or wireless networking to automate and control the light, or let's say security, audio, visual systems, and it can sense the climate as well, and it can change and monitor the things. Right. So those many things are done with the help of embedded systems. Then embedded systems will also be a cornerstone, you can say, for the deployment of many Internet of Things, IoTs. Solutions like especially within certain industry, vehicle and industrial Internet of Things applications are to be done. So I told you one concept called as IIoT. That stands for Industrial Internet of Things, right? So many of the times these hardwares play a very crucial role in the application areas such as IIoT also. So embedded system is an integral part of IoT and IIoT. This is what I wanted to tell here, right? So major player in embedded system is hardware and software, right? When we say embedded system, there are two major players, hardware and software. So the deployment of this are aiming to bring these transformations into their products to take advantage of growing and expanding IoT market. The area that are being that is going to be transformed are like a real-time operating system. We call it as RTOS. And some of the microprocessors and microcontrollers followed by memory footprints. So those processors or controllers having memory footprints and networking capability can be considered in such kind of embedded systems. So in detail, in short, the roles that are being played by embedded system are listed as I said. In that, first is it should perform a specific task. First role of embedded system is to perform a specific task. See, point number 1, it should perform a specific task. एखादं specific task त्याने perform केलं पाहिजे. Second one is real time computation, and I told you what is real time. There should not be a delay between input and output. As soon as it receives the input, it should be able to produce the output, right? So it should be able to produce the output. This is what we call as a real-time computation. The next one is it must have RAM and ROM. It should have a memory. Then next role that it plays is like interfacing with input, and for that it must have input, and next one is output. It should produce the output. So fourth and fifth role is read. It should be able to read the input and it should produce the output. Then timely task execution. Suppose you put some timer operation there. After 10 seconds this should happen, after 1 minute this thing should happen, after 1 hour this thing should happen. So once you program in that way, once you put your hardware in running condition, the things which are timely to be happen should happen appropriately, right? So timely task execution is also important. See, suppose you are having some furnace kind of thing, and you are trying to build the embedded system for furnace, and if you set the temperature that would keep on growing, that keep on let's say the heating of inside the furnace is going to be increased for 1 hour. So it will keep on heating the furnace for 1 hour. After that, it should automatically stop. Otherwise, what will happen if the unreliable system you are using and it could not, unfortunately, it could not stop the furnace heating in 1 hour. What will happen? It will get damaged. It will get explode. So to avoid this, this timely execution is also important. Then process and control of data. So if it is able to receive some data, it should be able to produce some output from that, right? Then sense the physical parameters. So your embedded system should have appropriate sensors interfaced with that, and when we put that sensor into the physical phenomena, it should be able to sense that physical parameter, right? So this is one of the demand from embedded system. Then if I tell you another roles, like IO interfacing, I told you. Then communication protocols. So your embedded system should have communication protocols in place. Meaning of that, suppose your embedded system is talking to other embedded system by using I2C protocol, but that other embedded system is not able to catch it because it's using SPI protocol, right? So the thing is, both the embedded systems should follow the same protocol, and then only they will be able to communicate with each other. And last one, and very important one, is transfer and receive the data over the internet, so that the embedded system can be used in IoT. Last and very important function or the role of embedded system is it should have transmission and reception of data facility over the internet. I hope the roles of embedded systems are clear. Any doubt so far?
No, sir.
So if you don't have any doubt, we will stop here for today. In the next lecture, we will see various types of IDEs, understanding various types of IDE. We will discuss what are different types of IDE available in the market. Right. So let us stop here for today. If you have any doubt, you can ask. Otherwise, we will stop. You can leave the meeting.
Sir. Sir. Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
होतात. हॅलो, स्नेहलजी.
सर.
हा बोला. काय
हा
बोलत
सर,
होते?
त्या दिवशी आम्ही त्या दिवशी HR सोबत बोललो ना,
हम्म.
त्यावेळेस
आवाज येत नाही.
त्या सरांनी फक्त आम्हाला वर्कच बोलले, इंटरव्ह्यूचं काही असं बोलले नाहीत.
इंटरव्ह्यूचं
बोलले नाहीत.
म्हणजे
म्हणजे सॉफ्टवेअर टेस्टिंगला जे होते ना,
हा
मग त्या काही सांगितलं नाही.
हा हा ठीक आहे ना. नाही झालं तर चांगलीच गोष्ट आहे.
जे other
ठीक
हा
आहे.
सर.
नाही झालं तर चांगलंच आहे. पण जर काही टास्क दिले असतील तर कम्प्लीट करून घ्या. नाही इंटरव्ह्यू झाले, डायरेक्ट सिलेक्शन दिलं तर चांगलीच गोष्ट आहे ना.
हा सर.
तुम्हाला काही रिटर्न टेस्ट वगैरे काही राहिली आहे का तुमची?
हो सर.
कधी द्यायची ती?
काहीच नाही राहिलं. काहीच नाही
काहीच
राहिलं
नाही.
सर.
त्यांनी म्हटले का तसं
नाही.
काहीच नाही राहिलं? हा?
हो म्हटले.
मग तुम्ही
हो
कशावरून
हो.
ठरवलं? अहो, तुम्ही कशावरून ठरवलं काहीच नाही राहिलं?
सर त्या दिवशी सर ते डायरेक्ट वर्क देतो म्हणले.
हो का?
हा.
ठीक.
हा.
बघू, माझं बोलणं झालं की मी बोलतो त्यांना, की विचारतो काय आहे तुमच्या
हा
बाबतीत.
सर.
हं? हा.
हो हो.
हा काय काय सर म्हणत होते डेटा जो रिप्रेझेंट करताय ते चुकतंय. म्हणलं मागचे 5 वर्ष झाले तसंच रिप्रेझेंट होतंय, तुम्ही कुठं होते? चालू केलं काय?